Raw flour is more dangerous than raw eggs, supposedly. I eat them all. I know. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm here in the NYT Cooking studio, and I'm gonna show you how to make my double chocolate chip cookies. 10 years later, and I still think these cookies are top-notch. They are really, really good because they're big and fudgy, and because they're big, you get crisp edges, and then you get gooey, chocolatey smush in the center, which is delish. Okay, let's make these cookies. So it's just standard cookie procedure. We're gonna do our all-purpose flour together with cocoa powder. I like Dutch processed cocoa powder. I think it's a little less fruity and acidic, which I prefer. And baking powder and baking soda and salt. I don't sift anything. I'm just an anti-sifter in general. I don't believe in sifting. Unless like I'm following somebody's recipe and I'm trying to, do justice to their recipe. But in my life, there's no active sifting. So I just whisk, but whisk well so that all the leaveners and everything get evenly dispersed. And now we're gonna just cream our butter and sugar. This nice yellow butter. I like salted butter in my cookies. I'm sure I did not call for salted butter because I wrote this recipe many, many years ago, but I prefer salted butter in cookies if you have it. Granulated sugar and brown sugar. Light or dark, doesn't matter. I'm mixing this with a mixer, but if your butter's nice and soft, you can just cream it by hand. The old me wrote this recipe and said, mix it for 3 minutes until it's light and fluffy, and I think that was just because it was so ingrained in me. And now I'm just like, just mix it a little till it's combined and then go live your life. I mean, everything I said in the recipe will still work and make sense, but these days I just want to make everything easier, and I don't want to make you mix it for 5 minutes if you don't have to. So now I've got vanilla and an egg, large egg at room temperature. That's only just so that the butter doesn't sort of re-solidify. But again, if it's cold, it's gonna work fine. Trust me. Okay, so now I'm just putting my dry ingredients into my cookies. Mix, mix, mix. Okay, and now chocolate. In the recipe I called for bittersweet chocolate discs. These ones are sort of in the middle of chips and discs, and they're nice too. I mean, the truth is whatever you find is gonna be great. I'm gonna reserve a little, just so I can put some on the outside. Food stylist vibes so that you can see pools of chocolate when you bake it. And that's it. So now I'm gonna chill it, and this is the way that I like to chill all my cookies. I apparently need to go to the gym. I like to do it in a block because then when it's time to bake it, you just have to cut the block into squares and then you can bake those. So now I'm gonna put some of these guys on top just so when you bake it, you see it on top. I like to chill the dough because I think generally they just bake better. They brown better, they don't spread as much, they have nice edges, and they taste a little bit more developed, like less sweet on the tongue, but just a little more nuanced. Okay, chilled. Watch how easy it is to portion from a block. So the recipe makes 8 to 10 big cookies.
No, 9 to 10 big cookies.
I lied. The recipe makes 9 to 10. Is that really what I said? That's weird. That's not a range. So if we do 9, we have to do 3 by 3. So you can redistribute a little dough if you have to, if you want to. But also, sometimes I don't even make them circle. I just put them on the tray like this. But since we're at the New York Times today, I'll make them balls. Look how big that is. It's pretty giant. They're giant, but I think you're gonna like them. So I haven't baked these in a while, so I don't know how much they're gonna spread. And to be safe, I think I'm gonna do 3 on a sheet, just in case. So these are gonna go into the oven at 350 for about 18 minutes. You wanna cook them until they are set on the edges and set over the top, but you can tell that there's a little bit of wetness in the center. So now I think I would let these cool a little bit so that the residual heat from the pan sort of finishes and sets everything. And also they're molten hot, so we'll give it a second. Look at that. Oh my God, I have to just, can I just eat that? Oh. I mean, it's like the best brownie / cookie that you can imagine. Crispy in all the right places, chewy, gooey. Yum! They're so good. You can find the recipe at New York Times Cooking. I hope you make it.